Today we're going to talk about the Scratch name project. First, let's start in Canvas, where we should start on all of our projects, and kind of go through the instructions here. First, we're going to open a Scratch project that I have created that satisfies the rubric. It's the names project, so we'll click on that link. It should open up Scratch. Please make sure that you are logged in. You should see your login ID right there. And then go to See Inside. Once we do that, we can see the code that makes this project work. First, I'm going to show you the program running. For all of our projects in Scratch, we're going to start the program with the green flag. So you have to write the controls to do that. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, I'll start with the green flag. And you can see that the letters start to do crazy things. The W is using the swirl effect. It's going back and forth. The A is a light bulb turning on and off. The pair of T's is spinning around, and the speed will be increasing as time goes on. And the S is kind of doing a spirograph thing, running in arcs, bouncing off the edge, and painting a colored line behind it. These are just examples of many things you can do in Scratch. I've given you these as ideas, but I'd like you to come up with your own effects for your own program with your own letters. Let's just quickly look inside some of these. First, the W code is pretty simple. When the green flag is clicked, we go to a specific location on Scratch. We wait 1 second. That's important so that we have time to read when the green flag is clicked the letter before it starts distorting or moving. And then inside that, we run a forever loop, which just makes things happen over and over and over again. And inside that forever loop, I have 3 repeat. In this case, repeat 100 times, changing an effect by 10. So in this case, it's the whirl effect. It's changing by a positive 10, causing it to whirl clockwise. And then it changes by a negative 10 to whirl back counterclockwise. And then this last section makes it run back to its original position. So that's the whirl effect. We could do any effect there. We could have moves or turns or any of the other different effects like color, fisheye. I encourage you to experiment with those. Second letter, the light bulb turning on and off, that does its job playing with costumes. And I'm going to show you that this sprite has 2 costumes. Costumes is this tab up above the different code blocks. So I have a costume that is yellow, and I have a costume that is transparent, and the program code simply switches between those. It points in a certain direction, it goes to its specific spot, sets a size, waits 1 second, and then forever it switches to the next costume and waits another second. So this loop just keeps repeating over and over again. The T, pretty much the same format. We go to a specific location. Because the T turns and spins, we need to point in a specific direction. Normally 90 degrees is the position you'd want to point. In order to make it speed up, I created a variable called speed, which I initially set to 1, and then that changes over time very slowly. And forever, we're going to turn however many steps or degrees is in the speed variable. So we change speed by 0.01 and we turn that much. You can see the speed variable is up to 47 degrees per turn at that point. I'm going to stop this, start it over again, and let's look at the S. The S has a new command. Let's see, we set our size, we show, We go to a specific location, we point in a direction. And now comes a new section, these green commands. They're not on your menu. You have to go down to this block down here in the lower left corner. Click on that and select the pen commands. These are extra commands and I encourage you to explore those. The pen command draws on the screen and it leaves it there. So the first thing we have to do is erase everything that's left over. Second thing we do is put a pen down so that it will start drawing. If the pen is up, it's not in contact with the surface, the background, and so it doesn't draw. As soon as you put the pen down, it will start drawing. Wait a second. The motion for this is made by turning a little bit and moving a little bit. And then if you hit the edge, it bounces in a different direction so it doesn't get stuck on the edges. To get the rainbow effect, I changed the pen color. And if you notice, the size of the S is shrinking over time. So we're changing the size by just a little bit each time. Eventually that S will almost disappear. And that's the whole program. So again, start it and you can see what it does. You could remix this project. I recommend that you start a new project, and so we'll go through that process next. So at this point, we've studied and understood the scripts behind each sprite or letter. Now we're going to create your own Scratch program. You need to include all of the elements of the rubric that I have listed down here. We'll go over those. You need to save and share your work. And you need to download and submit it to this assignment. We will go to that later. For now, let's talk about the rubric. You need to have a separate sprite for each letter of your name. If you've got a long name, you can use a nickname, but you have to have at least 3 letters. We need to use the when green flag clicked block to return all letters to a proper readable starting position. You need to have at least 3 different interesting behaviors for the letters in your name, including both motion and looks commands. I'm going to jump over here to our code. We have motion. Those are all of the blue commands. And looks, the purple commands. You have to use commands from both of those groups between your various letters. All the letters have to have some behavior. Some of the letters, at least, have to keep doing something indefinitely. So we'd use a forever block. And in this assignment, I'm offering bonus points. If you explore, find something that I have never seen before, or I have to look at your code to figure it out, I'm offering 2 bonus points for that.